Hello, this is Seth with Blend Precisely, CTO slash developer. Got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. I know we haven't talked for a while, but let me just start out with the feature requests. We do pay attention to them. So you can see on screen here, we have the feature requests, which you can click on the second to last icon on the left-hand side of the navigation bar. And I just kind of want to talk about a few of these that we're actually working on and some that we're not. So it's always a bit of a pain trying to figure out which ones are too complicated and which ones we just don't want versus what we do want and are really interesting. So there's bugs like my formulation page, the categories in the circles are now so long, I can't scroll to the end. So this is looking like an easy one to solve, and we'll be getting to that sometime in the next week. Flashpoints, melting points. This is something that we're actually working on in a new component that I'll be talking about in a little bit. Individual notes for ingredients and oils. This is also something that is on the plan for another part of the product, and I'll be talking about that as well. So this make and mine feature, this is one I personally like a lot. Thanks for whoever promoted it. I believe Jackie was the first to say, hey, can you just make it easy so we don't have to upload a spreadsheet, fill it in, and then download a template and then populate it and put it back. So let me see if I can give you an example here. Let's just go to the create. So you can see a bunch of recipes that are, ingredients that are provided just when you get the app without adding any of your own ingredients. So Jackie said, well, hey, can I just copy this one or clone it and then just make it my own? And I really like this idea because it's going to be much more efficient than trying to do it any other way. And we can completely get rid of the spreadsheets. I'd be very interested if anybody's just attached to the spreadsheets, let me know. But they're unnecessary completely because every single one of the ones that we provide here are available on the spreadsheet. In fact, I actually synchronize the database with the spreadsheet every time that I move code to the server. So I think that will speed things up quite a bit. So thanks for the idea, Jackie. All right, so back to the feature requests. Let's see, what do we got here? Add weight per batch unit. Show weight, example, grams per batch unit. Allow one to enter the per unit weight to calculate number of units in the total batch. Show weight, grams per batch unit. Oh, yes, I see. Okay, that would make a lot of sense. You're welcome, Jackie. She's saying thanks for listening, and just to make a point, we do listen. So this is one of the ones. It's more of a backlog item. I'm not sure how important it is, but we're thinking about it. Retail price. Can you make an option to enter one's own retail price per unit? This one I also like quite a bit. Let's see. Let's go to that page. So if I just pick up a random product here, what the question is, instead of just having a retail price of $8.40, the request is just, well, I just want to make it $9 and make all the other numbers adjust to that. And it's an extremely reasonable request, and I want to get there. So it's on the roadmap, and I haven't got a time exactly for you on that one, but it's planned. Let's see what else. Let's see, topical max in dilution ratio window. Right. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. We actually, I believe, have that already in the. Let's just see if we have an example here. I don't think we're presenting it here. But it's a good idea. It's I believe it exists. It may be a little too hidden here. I don't see it. If I don't see it, then it needs to be more obvious. So we'll call that planned. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see, what else do we have? Let's see, show lines instead of cards. This one I also like. So under my formulation, it would be nice to be in lines instead of cards. So if you look at my formulations, it takes a long time to load. And the reason it takes a long time to load is because we're loading each and every one of these images and getting a lot of data in here. And it would definitely be faster to load it in rows. And we can put in some features that are fairly common to just do a quick search and to have some other things to say. Well, which one is the latest? Just make it easy to see what's happening at a click. So good idea, and I think that one's from Dale. Not sure. All right. Well, whoever said that, it's a good idea. Order of ingredients in blend. Yes, indeed. So this one has been a pain point for at least 2 years, and it's definitely time to fix that one. So just to make it clear what the request is, once you input an agreement, you have no control over the order that it is displayed. This is frustrating to a lot of people, and myself included. You want to move it around. So we'll put a little move it symbol next to it, and you can just scooch it up and down. We call that the scoochability of the ingredients. Thank you, Katrin, for the technical term. All right. And what else do we have? Add overhead costs. I think this is also a very reasonable request. I thought I was covering that, to be honest, just by supplying production time, but it's not the same thing as overhead costs like lights and heating and just however that's calculated in whatever environment you're in. I believe there's tax implications, or you can use it within tax calculations. So that would be useful, I'm sure. Okay, that's the features. The stuff I'm kind of excited about from a technology standpoint. I thought I'd show you something that we're currently working on. There's a whole nother group of people that are kissing cousins to aromatherapists. And those are the perfumers and the people that do cosmetics, that make products that you find in stores and Macy's and all of that. So they think a little bit different. They have like different phases that they put their products through. They want to know what the melting point is, for example, which is what one of the feature requests. They want to know things like, how does it relate to IFRA? Like, I want to make a product that's compliant with IFRA. And if you don't know what IFRA is pretty much a global standard at this point that indicates products that are prohibited, restricted, and no restriction. Those are the three basic categories. And so you'll have say, for example, you have an ingredient that contains the constituent limonene, for example. Limonene will have an acceptable usage in category 1, category 2, and there's 12 categories basically. And so for people that are doing this type of calculation, they absolutely need to know what those limits are. And just quickly, the different categories there's like one categories for hair, I believe, hair products, direct skin contact, um, hand cream. So it's a little more complex. Aromatherapists in general, these aren't concerns that you generally have unless you're at a higher level, maybe a clinical 3, or you're doing something in a hospital or working with patients that need something where it's critical to know what's acceptable from a legal standpoint. So one of the other things that I have a big question mark on, and I would love feedback on, is you'll notice that the layout of the different panels is now in tabs. So for example, on this page, you see panels, and I'm running out of space. There's so much more I want to put in here, but it's just getting out of control, and I don't have enough room to give you all the goodies. So I know from past experience, anytime you change a layout, it's really upsetting to a lot of people. And you, my beloved customers, I do not want to piss you off. So I'm asking your permission, and I'm thinking, well, maybe I give you both, and then you can switch between new and classic mode or something like that. But if you do have any feedback for me on this is using tabs. So if you click on another tab, you get to the packaging, and I can put more information here on the pricing. It's, as you can see, there's much more room. So it's a more efficient UI style, and that's what I'm going to be going for the cosmetic folks. And last thing, but definitely not least, as you may know, the entire world is buzzing with the whole concept of AI. And as a technologist myself, I can't wait to get my fingers in there and play around. But from a useful point of view, there's a lot we can do with it. One of the things you can do with AI is say, I want to see all of my recipes that have lavender in it, for example. Show me all the recipes that have the constituents limonene. Show me how many recipes I have. You can ask all kinds of questions that would take a lot of effort to try to structure in a database and organize. And for the most part, you just want to know a quick answer. One of the drawbacks to AI is if you don't ask the right question, you can get wrong answers or fuzzy answers, or I don't know. And for those of you that have played around with AI on OpenAI, it's like you can ask questions where you're very knowledgeable and you'll get a wrong answer from OpenAI. And the reason is it all depends on the data that you're pointing at. So with respect to Blend Precisely, I've already been able to do things like query the recipes and ask the right question and get quite good responses back. To formalize it and make it useful, there's a few things that need to happen. One is it needs to be secure so that when you ask questions, you are either asking a question of the general internet or something specific to yours and nobody else's. It's very, very bad if you ask a question and you get information about somebody else's from Blend Precisely. So security is very top of my mind on that, and I'm very aware that people are very protective of their work and their time, and I do want to honor that and make sure I don't provide anything that causes security issues. And the other item is to make it useful. And what we've discovered is in the AI world, there's things called prompts. If you're familiar with OpenAI, forgive me because these are basic ideas, but essentially providing a prompt allows you to click a button and get a tested answer. So, for example, like what's the density? What's the highest density of all of my products? And you can, if I craft the question properly and I've tested it on my side, I can tell that's a good way to ask this question, and the AI will give me an exact or near exact answer. So there's several ways to use AI. One is you just try and type in anything that you want, and the other is to give you a prompt and say, click that button, and you'll get a very recent one. So in general, the general rule with AI right now is it gives you insights, but it's not 100% trustworthy. And anybody that tells you it is a liar. Even with some of the major products, it's not that good yet. It's getting very good, but it's not quite there, just in the general internet technology. So anyway, those are all the exciting things we're working on. And I'm having a lot of fun here. I really love to hear your feedback. Send us an email or a chat with the little chat button down here. We do see this. And I think I've covered just about all of the things. All right. Well, that's it for this week. Good talking to you, and happy blending. Bye.